So we would like to welcome everyone for joining this special lecture that we have here at Cultura Academy uh, through the facilitation of Iloilo Science and Technology University. Um, we would like to ask everyone who are participating to please share this video to your friends para po lahat ay masaya, makinabang lahat sa lecture na ito. Um, share it to your friends, to your loved ones, and we will begin with our lecture soon. Go ahead, Ma'am Andre. You're muted po.
Wait, okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the special lecture of Kultura, ang halaga ng pagkakilanlan. We are happy that the Iloilo State ISATU, Iloilo Science Technology University, La Paz, Iloilo City, invited us through Ma'am Elizabeth Lagura. So, with the students of ISATU who are participating right now, and to all Kultura family, welcome to this special lecture. So, everyone, just sit tight. We will learn by buy-in lecture for 2 Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 12 this morning, and next week on the 26th. So, I know that there are power interruptions on Iloilo City right now, but no worries. This lecture will be in Culture's Facebook page. If you cannot attend this lecture today, we will have that in FB page of Cultura. Okay, you can go there and watch it when you're free. Okay, after the two series, the participants will receive an e-certificate from Cultura. Thank you so much again, ISAT University, and to Ma'am Elizabeth and everyone. We'll start the day right by the presentation of ISAT-U. Thank you.
Maligayang araw sa inyong lahat. Ngayong araw, ating sisilingin ang ganda ng ating wika. Pinababatid sa ating mga Pilipino ang diwa ng pagiging Pilipino na may kasarinlan at pagkakaroon ng dignidad bilang mamamayan sa ating sariling bansa. Ako'y inyong samahan at ating tuklasin ang hawak na kayamanan ng sariling atin. Ako si Kara Grace de la Gracia, ang inyong MC para sa baybayin course na ito. Umpisahan natin ang ating klase sa pamamagitan ng isang dasal na pangungunahan ni Binibining Joan Nicole Bailon.
Maaari po bang iyuko ninyo ang inyong ulo at ramdamin ang presensya ng Diyos para sa ating panalangin? Mahal na Panginoon, Kami po ay nakikiisa at nagpapasalamat sa iyong pagpapala sa aming lahat sa araw na ito. Lubos po kaming nagpapasalamat sa pagkakataon na ipinagkaloob ninyo sa amin upang magkaroon ng isang seminar ukol sa sistema ng pagsulat ng mga sinaunang Pilipino na kung tawagin ay baybayin. Nawa po ay maging masigla kami sa pagtuklas ng kaalaman tungkol sa pag-unawa sa kultura at tradisyon ng mga ninuno namin. Nawa po ay maging inspirasyon at daan ito upang mas lalo pang mapalawig at mapalalim ang aming pagkakakilanlan bilang mga Pilipino. Panginoon, hinihiling po namin na gabayan ninyo ang mga nagtuturo at nagpapalaganap ng kaalamang Pam-Pilipino. Bigyan niyo po sila ng lakas at pagmamahal sa pagtuturo sa aming lahat. Hinihiling po namin na sa pamamagitan ng seminar na ito ay mas lalo kaming magkaroon ng pagkakaisa bilang mga Pilipino. Lahat po ng ito ay aming hinihiling sa ngalan ng aming Panginoong Hesus. Amen.
Pelas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa bibig mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manluluki, di ka masisingin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong paglaw, may diyan ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang islap ng magawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidinig. Ang bituin at araw niya kay nagpangay di magdidilig. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang higaya na pag may mag-aati, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Iloilo, Science and Technology University for work with dignity. Molding the youth to serve humanity. Building manpower to propel industry. Wisdom in science and knowledge management. Values and skills that spell development. With grandiose goals, the citizens are trained to realize the nation's funded stream. Your greatness spread no ill for good, guiding us love through life's pursuit. Our faithful guide with heart so pure. We persevere, boldly with footsteps sure. With grateful hearts eager to grow, our minds unfold for lives and you. Dear alma mater, ever true. We love it is that you. Your hallowed ground and portals all aglow. Frontiers of things we need to know and do. Educating everyone who passes through. Upholding virtues that make our dreams come true. Soaring high we go, development we do. Waving with pride that banner gold and blue. Iloilo, Science and Technology University, champion of industry. With grateful hearts eager to grow our minds and fall for life's anew. Dear alma mater, ever true. We love Ibiza
Ngayon, ipalakpakan natin si Binibining Liza Lagura para sa kanyang pambungad na mensahe.
Thank you very much, Miss Kira. Anyway, maikli lang po ito. Good morning po sa lahat na nag-participate dito. Of course, sa ECETU participants po. And thank you po to your Academy for this opportunity po na makapag-aral ng baybayin. And especially those sa Language Department, Social Science Department, and Laboratory School of ECETU na this event possible po. So, thank you po.
Maraming salamat, Binibining Liza, para sa iyong mensahe. Paunlakan naman natin ngayon si Binibining Teslina Ray Aplaska na magpapakilala ng ating tagapagsalita para sa araw na ito.
Magandang umaga. Ang ating tagapagsalita para sa dalawang araw na klaseng ito ay isang Filipino-American na guro, manunulat, visual artist, musikero at ang kasalukuyang executive director at lecturer ng kultura by Riverboy Studios Academy of Professional and Continuing Education. Siya ay pinanganak at pinalaki sa lungsod ng Pangasinan. Siya ay lumaki sa yaman ng kulturang Filipino sa pamamagitan ng isang simpleng pamumuhay. Sa tag-araw, bilang isang bata, masaya siyang nasa ilog, nakikipagkarera sa maliliit na bangka na gawa sa mga ginamit at lumang mga tsinelas, plastic bag at mga fishball sticks. Para sa mga bata sa probinsya, ang pagtatapos ng tag-araw ay hindi nagpapahiwatig ng pagtatapos ng kasiyahan. Dahil sa tag-ulan, ay inuubos nila ang kanilang oras sa paghuli ng mga palaka o sa simpleng pagligo sa ulan. Ang ating tagapagsalita ay nakapagtapos ng Master of Liberal Arts and Extension Studies degree in Anthropology and Archaeology sa paaralang Harvard University sa taong 2021. Siya rin ay nakapagtapos ng Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Arts and Sciences sa paaralan ng Washington Tacoma sa taong 2015. Bigyan natin ng masigabong palakpak ang ating tagapagsalita na walang iba kundi si Ginoong Alan Torres Camba.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me, Paul? Can you hear me? Ma'am Andre, thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Paul? Okay.
Yes po.
All right. Okay. So, yes, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and proceed with our lecture. Okay. Here at sandali lang po. I'm just gonna fix the screen here real quick. Let me fix our screen. All right. So, thank you for Juan for that great introduction. That's from my book Pilyong Balong. And thank you for translating it sa Filipino o Tagalog. I really appreciate that. I want to use more yung background ko as a child growing up in the province. So thank you for using that introduction. It means a lot to me. So I'm gonna hold on a second. I have my own paper here. Okay, so here at Kultura Academy is something that is dear to me, of course, because this Kultura Academy, just a short background of what Kultura Academy is. It was founded during the time of pandemic. Let's continue with the our lecture. Yes, founded during the time of pandemic, and through the help of the teachers who attended the course, it evolved to become a course. Na nagkaroon ng ilang module. At first, it started as a 7 module course, and then it became 14 modules. And now there's 2 courses, which is by buying 101 and by buying 200. So this lecture, and first of all po, by the way, maligayang buwan ng wika sa ating lahat. Um, Really great month po for all of us kasi for uh, somebody like me who loves language, um, the month of August has always been very special para sa akin. So, uh, here in our lecture today, we will go as far as we can. Ano, kasi this is a very, well, it's an extensive or intensive lecture that we've used before in teaching sa Pangpalay National High School in Bulacan. Um, and we will try to go as far as we can. If not, we'll do it in our part two or second session of the program or of the lectures. So, lecture outline, bakit mahalaga ang pagkakakilanlan? Ang problema sa kasalukuyan, ang ating sulat bilang simbolo ng pagkakakilanlan, ang kapangyarihan ng simbolo, baybayin noon, ngayon at hinaharap, at yun nga, magkakaroon tayo ng katulad sinabi ni Ma'am Andre, workshop na sulubikain later on. Maybe that's going to be at the part two of our presentations, but we will try to finish as much as possible today. Para next week is going to be all workshop. So, what's our lecture outline? Okay, or outcome. This is supposed to be a lecture outcome, actually. Malalaman ang halaga ng pagkakakilanlan, malalaman ang ugnayan ng sulat at pagkakakilanlan. Malalaman ang halaga ng pagkatangkilik at pagpapalaganap ng baybayin para sa ating pang-kultural, pang-psikolohikal at panlipunan na kapakanan o kagalingan. So first, talakayin natin, bakit nga ba mahalaga ang pagkakakilanlan? Diba? Why do we need to learn about our identity? Why is it important? At paumanhin ngayon pa lang throughout this lecture, napansin niyo siguro, I'm jumping from English to Tagalog. So the waves of knowledge is gonna come in a wave of English and Tagalog instruction kasi one, masanay na akong mag-lecture ng English. Second, marami yung karamihan ng mga resource natin, mga libro are written in English. So that it becomes problematic. Kailangan may translate that sa Tagalog. But we will try our best to Tagalogin lahat. Okay, without making the lecture too long. So here in August 12, 1998, there's a in page 19 of New Straight Times, merong article talking about a dictionary wherein they defined Filipinos or Filipina as maid. Okay? So kung bubuklatin mo ang diksyonaryo, titingnan mo ang Filipina, ang equivalent niya, nakalagay maid. And in this article from New Straight Times, nakalagay, a Greek dictionary's definition of Filipina as a maid is linguistically accurate, even if it hurts, Philippine Education Minister Andrew Gonzalez said. A little history on this one. Noon, karamihan sa maraming mga Pilipina na pumunta sa Greece were actually made. So kaya sinabi niya there's linguistically accurate daw. But do we want to be defined as all Filipinas? when you have Filipinas, everyone as a maid. Well, not to, well, no, not to uh, basta-bastahin yung trabaho ng mga maid, but of course, we don't want to be defined as just maid. Ano yung mga Pilipina that they're all maid. So that's something that has been that kind of like struck me, na it would be nice if we introduce ourselves para lalo nila makilala who Filipinos are. So tama ba ito o mali? Right? Let's go on globalization. So ang globalisasyon ay ang kaparaanan kung papaano nagiging global o pambuong mundo ang mga lokal o pampuok o kaya'y pangbansang mga gawi o paraan. Kung hindi iingatan ito ay maaaring maging banta sa ating kultura o sa ating mga pamayanan. So, yung nangingibabaw ang mas kinikilala na kultura, yung nagkakaroon ng kapangyarihan ay yung mas kilala, di ba? Mas pinapaboran ang mas kilala ng mga kultura at marami pang iba. Right, so there's a lot of advantage of being known, of a culture that is more known to other people. So, ang problema ngayon, kilala ba natin ang ating sarili? Right? So before we even introduce ourselves in a globalized world, right? Do we even know ourselves? So, ito nga, right? I want to leave you with this quote at the beginning of this lecture. Kung mas marami ang hindi nila alam sa atin, mas malala ang diskriminasyon. Malala ito pa ang lipusta. Kung mas marami ang alam nila sa atin, mas nawawala ang diskriminasyon o panala ito pang-alipusta. So, keep that in mind. You know? So, how important is it na ma-introduce natin ang ating sarili sa globalized o pang-global na globalized world. So here we will continue on sa ang problema sa kasalukuyan. This is a problem at the present. Okay. This unclear cultural identity. So us being Filipinos, there are certain things that is not clear with us, and this is portrayed very well by this gentleman right here, Alex Tizon, in his book. So let's learn about this, right? This unclear cultural identity and the lack of self-esteem are indeed prevalent among many Filipinos. This Alex Tizon's memoir, or personal biography, Big Little Man, In Search of My Asian Self, portrayed this very well, and this was included in my research, actually. This is his article in Atlantic, and this is his book. So if you get a chance to read this book, it would be really great, because it tells the story of a man, that's himself, who had problem as he grew up here in the US, trying to find his own identity. So Alex Tizon, actually, this man right here, Alex Tizon, is a Pulitzer Prize winner for reporting with the Seattle Times. He moved in different parts of the US until he finally settled in Oregon, where he taught as an assistant professor in journalism at University of Oregon. He died just recently in 2017. According to an article in Seattle Times, his wife Melissa Tizon said, and here we'll show it to you. His whole life's quest was about trying to understand who he was as an immigrant, growing up in a largely white community. So in his book, Big Little Man, Tizon expresses the different challenges of being an Asian American in the United States, so including the different types of inferiority complex or inferiorities he felt when he migrated to America. So he suffered from what is known to be the Filipino colonial mentality. So any comment there? You are free to comment also on your opinion on this. Okay. Um, we'll continue to read. Uh, Young Tizon immigrated in the United States from the Philippines in 1964 with his family. So in a review, so merong review sa New York Times, itong libro ni Alex Tizon, ni-review ito ni Jay Caspian. Sinabi niya, self-mockery, nagsa-self-mockery si Tizon on his book. Parang pinagtatawanan niya yung sarili niya. Right? Nakalagay doon, part of the book is, the mirror mocked me. The clay of my face would never change. So sabi niya, parang pinagtatawanan niya yung sarili niya sa salamin. Um, Sabi nung review ni J. Caspian, we witnessed King Kang said, we witnessed the humiliation of his childhood, which included sleeping with a clothespin over the bridge of his nose to unflatten it and make it look more mestizo. So nilalagyan niya ng clothespin dito sa ilong niya para tumangos. Bakit nga ba? Bakit kailangan niyang gawin yon? Di ba? Bakit kailangan matangos yung ilong para kwan? Because we have this idea of beauty or siguro wherein yung matangos maganda, right? Kung I can continue, the young Tizon hung from trees to stretch out his vertebrae. So he would parang bibitin niya yung sarili niya sa mga kahoy, right? Using with his leg para may stretch yung legs niya, yung siya basically. So what do we understand there? Medyo siguro maliit lang siya. And that again is part of inferiority complex na hindi siya kontento sa sarili niya. And took protein supplements to help him grow. Rubbed oil on his eyelids and put masking tape on his lips to make them thinner. None of it worked. So there's this feeling of repression, right? Or yung parang pagpapababa, hindi pagpapakumbaba but there's other word for it. Yung pag dinadown niya yung sarili niya, right? There's also like self-loathing, which is that feeling na mas magaling yung iba kaysa sa iyo. Right? So those kind of feeling that he felt. But why? Why did he have this? Right? Because of the problem of cultural identity. So there are many great cultural identity that we have as Filipinos. Part is being resilient, right? Part is being matulungin. Part is being matapang, right? Part is being mabait, being family oriented. Okay, we have a lot. Okay, being friendly, we are known for that. Yung paghaharana, right? We are known for that. Being masayahin, okay? Pandango sa ilaw, our culture, adobo, di ba, pagkain, tinikling, even our dance, pamamanhikan, right? And even our writing system is part of our cultural identity. This right here, the last one that I brought up, is our ancient writing system. Okay, that's what we've lost during the time of colonization. So, how important is it that we keep these cultural identities? Well, um, the dilemma on cultural identity. So again, let's go back to the problem when in a globalized world, right? How do we want to introduce ourselves to the globalized world? Okay, if we ourselves don't even know who we are, kung hindi ating sarili hindi natin kilala. Okay, so so globalization is the process by which businesses or other organizations develop international influence or start operating on an international scale. Okay, so there's a benefit. You can even think of a financial benefit of this of being in a globalized world. Okay, so in today's increasing technological advancements, migration and globalization, one can help but imagine the great threat these are to many cultural identities as dominant cultures becomes the reference culture due to social or economic reasons. The significance of the minority cultures are and their identities becomes compromised. So yung pagiging halaga, yung halaga natin ng bilang mga minority kasi hindi naman yung tayo in a globalized world, we are the minorities. Walang masyadong mga Pilipino. So our own culture, the culture natin bilang mga Pilipino, it becomes compromised, causing negative effects of social and psychological well-being among minorities. So, yeah, part of globalization is technology, migration, okay, globalization, socialization, and all of that. The importance of cultural identity. So, in a research conducted by Kim et al. In 2014, and you will see a biography at the end of this lecture, among Mexican immigrants, their findings suggest that as a Mexican immigrants experience acculturative stress, their self-esteem. These we're talking about Mexican Americans who migrated to the U.S. Okay, because Mexicans have different culture. So in here, just to make it short, I'm gonna just open it up here. Acculturation is a process of social psychology and cultural change that stems from the balancing of two cultures while adapting uh, to the prevailing culture of the society. So that becomes, again, it becomes problematic um, to those, especially to the minority culture. Um, so it causes stress on them, that a culturative stress on people who are in the minority. Um, However, ethnic identity, according to the same research, Kim et al., aggravated the negative effect of acculturative stress. So kung proud ka sa culture mo, right, mas nakaka nakakatulong sa self-esteem mo. But if you are not proud of your cultural identity, basically, uh, you will have this problem. Okay, and this is what happened to Alex Tizon, right? Um, as he portrayed it in his book, The Big Little Man. So this topic on cultural or ethnic identity isn't something new. Kasi the past few years, since if you notice here in this presentation, since 1960, the idea of cultural or ethnic identity had been researched more. Okay, it started to evolve, or it started to the interest of people about it had risen in many years in recent years. Okay, and this is from Ngram in Google. So for many Filipinos in the Philippines and abroad, the current pressing issue on disoriented cultural identity continues to impair their social and psychological well-being. Actually, this has been such or much increasing concern among many Filipinos in the past half a century. So the book Asian Americans Reconceptualizing Culture, History, and Politics, edited by Franklin Nang, also noted Filipino Americans are gaining much interest in trying to understand their Filipino culture. So karamihan yung mga Pilipino dito sa Amerika, and this is a research probably conducted on the diaspora of Filipinos here in the U.S. Filipino Americans are gaining much interest in trying to understand their Filipino culture, possibly to seek for a clearer cultural identity in the midst of diversity in America, especially under the white complexioned, sharp nosed, and towering tall Americanos. How important is it for one to have a clear cultural identity? So, a recent study suggests that having a clear cultural identity is important for one's personal identity, self-esteem, and well-being. Hugh Osborne and D.M. Taylor had done that research. On top of that, your unavoidable relationship with the people from your nation, community, and even your own family. Okay, So, on a most recent study suggests that by buying Philippine writing system in general provides, okay, a cultural national visual identity or symbol to the Filipino people, a unifying factor that offers a sense of communal pride, belongingness, and social connection among various communities of Filipinos in the Philippines and abroad, and a sort of emotional expression and a psychological upliftment to people. So here we can see how um, important is it, or it is, okay, to have this, um, to have baybayin or the Philippine writing system be part of our cultural identity, or be more of I guess mas lalo nating gamitin, okay, to be, for it to be part of our cultural identity. And this is a research that I have conducted um, in 2021, and actually this is a research that I did for Harvard when I was doing my master's degree there. So if you type by buy-in Harvard, okay, you will see the research that I conducted. So um, and I encourage you to go there and learn more about that research. So, what do you think is the current status of our cultural identity? Are we proud of our flat nose? Are we proud of our short stature? Are we proud of our kayumangi skin color? Are we truly proud of speaking our own language, those other ethno-linguistic, even those other ethno-linguistic groups? Okay? Baka naman tayo ba ang nagbubuli sa ating sariling mga anak na sinasabihan, bakit ang itim-itim mo kasi, or like bakit yung your nose is flat, or if we're just joking around with them, right? It becomes it could hurt them, right? Sasabihin ba natin na ang pinagmamalaki natin ang ating minanang yaman mula sa ating mga ninuno, ngunit nangingibabaw ang pagtuturo natin ng ibang kaugalian sa ating mga anak? Okay? Ano ang kasalukuyang kalagayan ng ating identidad bilang mga Pilipino na may pagmamalaki nating ipakilala sa iba? Anong bahagi ng simbolo bilang pagkakakilanlan ng ating mga Pilipino? So, here is when we learn about ang ating sulat bilang simbolo ng ating pagkakakilanlan. This is where we now introduce to you by Bayan writing system. Okay. And also, before we delve into this, could you imagine the Japanese not having the writing system? How much of that would change their culture? Okay. So here's a short I guess workshop for everyone. Kung ikaw ay kakain, so nasa isang lugar ka, so you went abroad, okay, sa lugar na not Philippines, pero you went somewhere, bigla kang nagutom, okay, at pagkatapos nung nakita mo itong dalawang simbolo na ito, you saw this symbol and this symbol, saan ka kakain? Let's see here from those viewers online. Those who are viewing online po, can you go ahead and comment, and let's see where you're gonna eat. Where are you gonna eat po? The one on the left, yun na lang. The one on the left of the screen, or the one on the right of the screen? Okay, I see Jollibee, Jollibee po, Jollibee. Okay. Jollibee. One more. Baka merong pumili dun sa nasa kanan. Jollibee. Well, first of all, how did you know that that's Jollibee, right? Yun, sabi, Jollibee po kasi sigurado na magugustuhan ko. Yung isa po kasi parang di sure anong pagkain doon. Oo nga naman, di ba? So, what we have here, right, are two symbols. Okay? And as like you said, mas kakain kayo sa Jollibee. Bakit? Kasi ito na yung sagot. Jollibee po kasi sigurado na na magugustuhan ko. Kasi yung isa, hindi niya magugustuhan. Okay? So that right there just served us, okay, that symbol right here, this symbol just served us a way to communicate to ourselves, okay, to our identity as Filipinos. Pagkakita niyo pa lang yun, alam niyo na Pinoy, di ba? Nagawang Pinoy. Bakit, how about dito, right? Why wouldn't you eat there? Well, unless you want to eat in Goku's restaurant, that's Goku's symbol. I don't know if you know Goku, right? That's Goku's kanji, which is pronounced as Go, right? Go, meaning wisdom or enlightenment. Goku actually wears that uh, after completing his gravity training under until the arrival of the androids. Anyways, okay. How about this? Right? What language do you have or do they have on their tattoo? Can you tell me? Can you recognize? Here, I will I'll make it bigger para makita po ninyo. What language do you see they have on their tattoos? Oh, Chinese daw, Chinese. Any other? Is it only Chinese? Oh, I see Japanese also. Yes, Japanese. Why do you think? Bakit sa tingin ninyo, bakit sila nagpapatato ng ganyan? Bakit kaya sila nagpapatato ng ganyan? Okay, we'll wait for an answers. Why are they having those kind of tattoos? Nobody can answer right now. Do you think they appreciate their called that culture? Whatever tattoo that they have? Ito, sagot. Cool. May meaning ang symbol or character. Yeah, with just a symbol, may meaning na, di ba? Bilang simbolismo sa kanilang pagkatao. Yes. Do you think they appreciate those the culture of these whatever tattoo they have? By the way, this is Justin Timberlake. I think this is Ariana Grande. This is I don't know. She's the first winner of the American Idol, and I forgot her name. You think they appreciate such culture of those, for example, with this? They appreciate, yeah, of course, right? The Japanese culture, they appreciate those culture. That's why they're sporting it in their body. Okay. Na-influensyahan po sila ng kultura ng ibang bansa. Yes, right? There we go. That's the answer. Okay. So, laro tayo. Okay, let's play. Okay, I know there's going to be a delay of 10 seconds, so be patient sa mga nandiyan online. What symbol is this? Mabilisan. Tingnan natin kung sino ang pinakamabilis. At siguro may special gift si Ma'am Andre sa kanya. Okay, this is pinakamabilis. Okay, si Jen Vinks. Okay. How about this? So score 1 for Jen Ziv. Ma'am Andre, are you there? Okay. Anna has another score. So, Ma'am Andre, are you there? Sandali lang.
I'm taking down notes of the winner.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Ma'am Andre. All right. So Anna is one score. How about this? Yun. Lizo is the first. Okay. What about this? Baka pwede tayong mag-giveaway ng load, ano, Ma'am Andre? Like what we do with Documentaryo.
Yes po, we can.
Okay, sagot namin ng sa mga nagpa-participate. 300 pesos load. Ano, Ma'am Andre? How about this? Who's winning, Ma'am Andre, with the score?
Nobody got 2 points, but everyone got 1 point.
Anna, no? Anna has 2 points.
Yes.
And it is Anna again. Para mas mabilis ang signal niya, no? Ma'am Andre.
Yes.
Okay, how about this? Yung mangunguna, 300. Yung second, 200. And then yung third, 100. Is that a good price?
Yes po.
How about this?
Two points for Gen X.
Okay. So, Ma'am Andre, we'll announce that later, ano? The winner. Simbolo din ba mga ito? What symbol is that? Are they also symbols? Simbolo ng ano? Tingnan natin. Ang makakabasa po nito automatic na magiging third. hindi pa siguro nila mababasa to na Ma'am Andre dahil wala pa tayong workshop.
Yes po.
Okay. We'll see later on kung sino makakapagbigay ng kwan dyan. And then we'll have a prize also for them. Yes, simbolo din po ito. Simbolo ito ng ating pagka-Pilipino. Okay? Ito na Ma'am Andre, may sumagot na. Take note, Ma'am Andre.
Yes po.
Okay. So, hindi ba ang saya kung lahat ng sulat or kung sa sulat pa lang alam mo ng Pinoy, di ba? Kung sa sulat pa lang alam mo ng Pinoy yung gawa o yung sulat o yung katulad ng yun nga, Jollibee, right? Tulad niyan. Tulad nito. Hindi ba ang saya? Pag dito pa lang, sa sulat pa lang, alam mo na Pinoy. Okay? Kaya ito, di ba? Kung alam lang nila, right? Let's go back to that, yung problema na defining Filipina as maid. How we introduce ourselves to to others, how we are known, kung paano nila nakikilala ng mga Pilipino ng ibang bansa. Right? Again, this is not hindi sa minamaliit yung trabaho pagiging maid, di ba? Pero that's not the only thing that we can do as Filipinos. There are many things that we can do. Right, Ma'am Andre?
Yes po.
Yes, of course, di po ba? Katulad nito, who can recognize them? Do you know? Ito ulit, Ma'am Andre, let's take note of price. Those who can recognize these individuals. You can give your best guess po. Oh, okay. We got an answer here. Ma'am Andre, take note. Okay. Yes. So let's now see, right? Filipina as domestic helper, katulong, right? Dr. Fe Villanueva del Mundo, okay, here, the first woman to be admitted to Harvard University since 1936. She invented a more the incubator that is more used to sa mga hindi kayang pumunta sa mga hospital. So mga secluded areas, she was able to invent incubator that uh, sustain a newborn baby or Natividad Almeda Lopez, okay, passed the bar exam as the first Filipino woman lawyer since 1914. We have Aimee Carandang, or Maria Aurora Carandang Gloria, is the first Filipino woman commercial pilot. Astrid Tumines, the first woman to be the president of Utah Valley University in the US in 2018. Kung alam lang nila, kung alam lang din natin na sa pamamagitan ng mga sulat na ito, tayo din ay makikilala sa buong mundo dahil ito ay isang simbolo ng ating pagiging isang Pilipino. Okay. Ganun kahalaga ang ating sulat, ang ating identidad, ang ating pagiging isang Pilipino. Ganun siya kahalaga. So, again, lubos na kinikilala at pinaniniwalaan na ang wika ay palagi ang nagiging simbolo ng pagkakakilanlan ng isang pangkat ng tao at kanyang kultura. I've read this. I actually took this picture at the National Museum of Anthropology sa Maynila. Okay. So, ang kapangyarihan ng simbolo. So, Ma'am Andre, I think we are gonna end in here for now. Okay, our lecture before we hit that 1 hour. But there are more. Okay, there are more part of this lecture series to a two-part series. And here's just a preview of what we will see. I will go through these quickly. Okay, the power of images. See how these images that you see, happiness, sadness, here, how it relays message. Look at these. Okay, this is a power of symbol. Okay, it relays information, it relays message. This language, right? That language that you just saw is a Mangyan writing system, the Hanunoo. These right here. So Southeast Asians has a prevailing point of view that each varying language should have its corresponding writing system. How many languages do we have in the Philippines? 175 or more, right? Languages. In those, as many as the language that we have, what others even suggest is that we should have our own corresponding writing system in every language that we have. Okay, that's according to William Smalley, an American linguist. Okay, and then we have more, and this is what we will discuss in our next lecture. Um, Everyone's still here. Mom Andre, I think I don't know if she's here. Maybe she restarted her computer. So, Mom Andre, are you still there? Joanne?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, yeah, that's the end of our lecture today. And then tomorrow, go ahead, Mom Andre, or next week, invite them for our next event, and then we'll leave it for. Let's actually have a short discussion. Joanne, are you there?
Sir?
Yeah. So, what's your takeaway? I know this is impromptu. Ano yung takeaway mo? Ano yung natutunan mo dito sa lecture so far?
So far, sir, I've learned in the lecture nga, based on the comments, sir, of the people attending, very important gid nga i-appreciate natin ang ating sariling wika, sir. Because if we appreciate our own culture and tradition, we would also be able to share it to a lot of people, not only here in the Philippines, but also globally, sir.
Yes. Gaano kahalaga, you think mahalaga yon yung mai-share natin yung kultura natin sa ibang tao?
Yes, sir. Since I've noticed that Filipinos appreciates other people's culture, sir, especially ang mga Korean, sir. So, why not nga kita naman ang magpalaganap sang aton, yes, sir.
Yes, very good. And I love it. I love it that you're speaking in your own language also. I really love that. I really love that. And I really appreciate it. Um, so if you have a message, Joanne, I'm sorry, I'm just asking Joanne kasi malakas ang signal niya. Jo, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
It's actually Joanne, sir, like from the American.
Joanne. Okay, I'm gonna remember that next time. I will remember that. Joanne. So if you would, kung meron kang advice sa mga kabataan ngayon, if you are to talk in front of elementary students, kasi you're a college student, di ba?
I'm a high school student,
Oh, a
sir.
high school student. Okay, you're a high school student. Kung magsasalita ka sa harap ng Ma'am Andre, kahit paki-translate mo nga ito sa kwan, itong sasabihin ko. I say it to Joanne. Kung ikaw ay magsasalita, parang Miss Universe, ano? Kung ikaw ay magsasalita sa harap ng elementary students, para inganyohin sila sa pag-aaral ng baybayin, anong sasabihin mo? Ma'am Andre, go ahead and paki-translate.
Okay. Ano ang balon mo sa mga elementary student to ano nga mag sila what do you call this? Mag-aral o mag-study ng baybayin. See? Even though I am a teacher, I cannot translate in my local language. So that's the problem also. Yes. I admit the fault also because of
Opo.
colonial mentality.
Yeah. Yes, we do. And we
Paano mo
cannot,
sila
yeah, di ba, Ma'am Andre,
Yes, po.
we cannot negate that eh. We cannot, ako rin, I have a
Yes,
problem
po.
with the colonial mentality. We have to recognize the problem. We have to recognize the problem so we can help the younger ones to later on grow up not to have that problem. Di ba? We have to recognize the problem. So your Joanne, your answer. Say it in your language. How would you encourage younger students to learn baybayin?
Para sa akon sir, kay amo to gani ihambal ko sir, nga ang mga Pilipino mahilig gid bala sir sa
Ang
iban nga mga culture and traditions ang iban nga
Joanne.
countries. Ma'am?
So Joanne, ang hambal ni sir, paano mo kuno i-encourage ang mga elementary student nga mag-learn ka baybayin. Amo da paano mo sanda mainganyo? Na dali ka mo di maano ka anong hambalon mo sa Ilonggo?
Okay, go ahead. Say it in Ilonggo. Say it in Ilonggo, and Ma'am Andre will translate it in English later on for me.
Ano pang ginahulat niyo kundi dali na kag magtuon na kita sang baybayin ng aton sarili nga wika sa Filipino.
Bakit? So if they kunwari yung bata sabi niya sa'yo, bakit ate, bakit ko kailangang aralin yan?
Since ay nag-English kay sir nadaan kung magsalig lang bala kita sir nga ma-English lang ta permi sir. Kaya mo na gid notice ko sa kabataan subong mahilig sila mag-English. So dapat nga kabalo man kita sang aton sarili nga lengguwahe kay balaan ko nga kung kabalo kita kag kilala ta ang aton nga mga sarili nga lengguwahe kag tradisyon sir, mas maging kilala ta pagid bala sir ang aton pagka-Pilipino sir. Do mas maging puro pagid kita sir kag syempre sir ang bagay nila nga dapat makabalo kita magtulok sa aton nga inagyan bala sir magbalik sa aton nga inagyan sir.
Okay, Ma'am Andre, go ahead. Translate. That's too long for me already to understand.
We need to actually I will make it short. We need to go back to our roots and study our identity, our culture, so that we can be proud as a Filipino. But Joanne, we are talking here of not the cultural aspect, but it's not Wika, it's Wikang Panulat. So it's the written language. It's not the language itself, but written language.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
that
baybayin
also,
is a written language.
yes.
Okay, for
But
everyone.
very good. I like that
It's not
answer.
the
I like that answer. How about Chris Lineri? Chris Lineri, are you am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Kreslin Eraser.
Chris Lineri. Is that correct? Chris Lineri.
Kreslin Eraser.
Chris Lineri. Ganon?
Hello, sir. Batian ko, sir.
Okay, yeah. So, also in your own kwan, ano yung takeaway mo dito? Anong na-realize mo dito sa kwan? Or may na-realize ka ba dito sa lecture?
Okay, sir. Thank you for your question. Okay. So my takeaway in this session, sir, is importante or like mahalaga na kailangan na malaman natin ang kahalagahan ng pagkakaroon ng sarili nating pagkakakilanlan. Kay sir, when we go out in other countries, wala sir, it's so once, di ba, amo na sir, ang sa lecture mo to pinanga sir, Filipino, kinalabelan sila as maids. So dapat we should kailangan tabala sir nga i-change na bala sir ang pagkakakinlanlan ta amo na sila. We should dapat ang ipakita ta sila kung ano balang ma-offer sa mga Filipinos pagit ano kaya sa Filipino amo na nga pagkakakinlanlan dapat ang mapakita ta sila hindi nga makilala ta as Filipino as maid lang sir. Amo na take away ko. Tapos ang amo na importante sir nga we should learn na by kay ato na siya your own writing system, hindi dapat nga nagasalig lang ta with other writing systems, English writing system kay may ara man ta sang own ta, so dapat we should learn how to pauna rin siya blaster and of course to spread it with the other people man so that ma-learn Manila kag of course as own Filipino kailangan tagit i-treasure kag payamanin ang sariling atin sir.
Yes, very good. Actually, I don't need translation for that. That's very good. Ano? Very very good. Very I like what you said na yung talagang kailangan mong maipakilala yung sarili mo. right? That's your takeaway. And you mentioned about the yun nga, definition of Filipina as maid. Very good. And we will have more activities actually in our next kwan po, Ma'am Andre, right? Di ba mas masaya yung workshop natin, Ma'am Andre? Wala na. na she was dropped. Nalaglag siya. Joanne, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So next week naman, same time, we're hoping that you'll continue to connect um, in here in kwan po, in our lecture, because next week we will have our workshop. Okay, you don't talaga masaya because everybody, and invite your friends. There will be prizes. Okay, on mahilig kami magpa-prize dito sa kultura, right, Ma'am Andre?
Yes, po, we'll have prizes according to Sir Alan.
Mhm.
So, as I said,
Mhm.
to those who are participating in the GC, maybe you can screenshot, be ready with your screenshots, so that when you're in Facebook Live, you can screenshot your answers for those who will participate in the Sulawika in next segment, the part 2 of this Baybayin course lecture series. So same time,
Yes.
9 to 12 next week, and after this we will be sending you e-certificates by answering some questions with regards to this lecture.
Mhm. And we might even have giveaways, Ma'am Andre. I still have Kultura pen. Alam niyo yung mga Kultura pen, Ma'am Andre,
Yes,
right? Um,
yes po.
yeah, we will. I will send you. I will send you a bunch of those. Malapit naman po kayo sa kanila, di ba? Sa Iloilo Science and
Yes
Technology.
po, I will send it through LBC and
Yeah.
address it to
So
Isakyu,
those are going to be our prices for next week
Livet,
also. Yeah.
Isabel.
Our
Yes po.
tinatawag nating Kultura pen. So without
Yes.
further ado, we'll finish this for now, and we'll see you all next week. Any other kwan po, part of this program?
No, we'll continue po with after this. We'll have series of docu commentary
Okay.
after the 26th.
Any other kwan po to
Thank you for
Joanne?
joining.
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
joining, and we hope somebody is more will join next week sa mga nandito sa live.
Yes.
If you will not, kung hindi kayo makaka-attend ng dito through StreamYard, participate as commenters dito sa Facebook Live. We will use the same venue
Yes.
po, StreamYard, and yeah, um, hopefully, yun nga, you can invite more friends with you, share this to your friends, to your school, okay? Para po mas marami, mas marami, mas masaya po tayo. That's the end of our lecture po.
And also, sir, they can watch this playback, right?
Yeah, you can watch a playback. Oh, they can watch a playback. Okay, so that's it for now, Ma'am Andre, Joanne, Chris Lenery, and Miss Liza Bell. Okay, thank you for joining us, and we will all see you next week, same time, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. or naglit lang po.
Yes.
Ma'am Liza Bell. Ma'am Liza Bell?
Yes, sir. So next
There
week
we go.
naman po yung next session natin.
Yeah, same time.
Yeah.
And thank your president for allowing us to have your conversation with you with regards to Baybayin course.
Yes, and thank you again for this invitation. Looking forward for next week. Ito yung ito yung the first part is always kind of like the boring part. Dahil ito yung kind of like the pag-aaral part. Pero yung workshop is really where it gets exciting. So hopefully we'll have more attendees next week and participating in online comments. Okay. So that's it for now. Again, Ma'am Lysabel, Ma'am Andre, Chris Linery and Joanne, thank you for joining me here. Hopefully, also we can have more next week who will join us here in StreamYard para mas masaya ang discussion natin. Okay? See you all next week po.
Yes, thank you po mga kakultura. See you next week. Magandang
Thank you.